it was always a phone call to me. I don't know why. My life is like a phone call. The phone rings. I'm washing my car in the driveway. My wife goes, Vince is on the phone. He wants to talk to you. I said, Vince. She goes, yeah, it's Vince McMahon. She's covering the speaker. I says, Vince. He goes, Steve, I need you to do something. I said, anything you want, Vince. I know that. He goes, I need you to fly to Calgary. He goes, and I need you to wrestle Bret Hart in the WWF World Heavyweight Championship in his hometown, which is the biggest match you could be in. I says, no problem. I had Bret's first match in Cincinnati Gardens when he came in. I love Bret. I would do it for Bret any day of the week. I said to him, I'll do it. He goes, but the only thing is, I want you to do it as doink. And I said to him, Vince, I don't mind the wrestling. I have no worry or fear of wrestling Bret because I wrestled him many times and I'm comfortable with him and I like him and he likes me. I said, but the paint job, I mean, come on.
Is this the first time you had ever been doink?
I've never painted in my life.
Where was the regular doink?
The regular doink was suspended for some reasons that I don't even know so I can't comment on. It was Matt Bourne. Mm-hmm. So I said to Vince, Vince, that's the only thing I worry about. He goes, ha, ha, ha. I knew you were going to say that. I have the plan right down here. He goes, the plan is we're going to fly you from Detroit. We're going to fly you to Cleveland, where Matt Bourne's wife's going to give you the doink outfit in the baggage claim of Cleveland. Then you're going to get back on the plane. You're going to fly to Calgary, and you're going to meet Jill the Makeup Girl. Jill the Makeup Girl is going to teach you how to paint the doink face and give you a diagram and all the necessities you need to paint up as doink. Then we're going to fly you to Calgary, and you're going to wrestle Bret in the main event. I did all this in 2 days. I said to Vince, you can count on me. He goes, ha, 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 I know I can. I know I can count on you. And I did it. And the funny part about it was, it's like going from, I'm the Brooklyn Brawler when I get my hands on you to but when I walked through that curtain, he was the hottest heel in WWF. People erupted, and it was Bret's hometown. So the pop was bigger than ever. So we had that match. That was dark, unfortunately, but you could ask Bret. Bret will contest to that entire story. And
did any of the fans know that it was
not
you?
one person? Because at that time, I wasn't doing all the characters. All I did was Brooklyn Brawler, and then Doink the Clown.
Yeah.
And then after that, they flew me all over the country to do Doink the Clown. They flew me overseas to do Doink the Clown. I had my best matches with X-Pac because he was a great worker. I love X-Pac to death, and he was making me look great. And I was using old baseball moves to do the Abe Knuckleball Schwartz, like the baseball punch, to slide between the legs.
Yeah.
And then I pitched Harvey Whippleman, who was a good friend of mine, to be a manager, to be outside as like a baseball manager, to give me signs in sign language, like they do in baseball games.
The third base coach. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That's what I pitched, but it never came to light. But Doink the Clown, to me, was a creation. It's not my creation. It was from that movie, The Warriors. And do you remember that movie?
No.
It's called The Warriors, and they had gangs. And one of the gangs were a gang of baseball players with faces painted like baseballs. It's the most underrated movie. That was the most watched movie I've ever talked to anybody about. And I took that to heart. And the way I became